Hello lovelies, my name is Martina and welcome back to, or if it's your first time here, welcome to my channel. Today I thought I would do a bit of a bookish doing book stuff video. I've seen this video around a lot. I love watching them so much, but mine will not be like going book shopping and stuff like that because I very rarely go out to bookshop because I don't have bookstores near me. They're all very far away and I don't like long drives, so I don't even bother. So yeah, I will be having some book unboxing, some new book mail that are book related that I'm excited about for the next couple of days. So follow along with me as I do some book stuff. One thing I'm especially excited to do this week is annotate Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands because I read this year, January, but I read an ebook because I really wanted to read it and I didn't have a physical copy of it, so I got it on ebook, read it, and annotate that copy, but I want to transfer it to my physical copy, and that's one thing I'm going to do this week. I might annotate some other books. I might do my reread of That Time I Got Drunk and Save the Demon, which I'm doing it because I want to annotate that one because I really loved it. It's one of my favorite reads, and I like to have annotations in my favorite books. It marks that they're my favorites, you know? So we'll be doing that this week, but I also have a bit of an unboxing. Not sure which one is which. I think this one is a book, but the other one isn't a book. Regardless, let's open them and we'll see which is which. But I'm so excited. I've never had one of these before, so it feels like a rite of passage as a reader. Okay, so this is a book. I got Sword Heart by Tegan Fisher. This will be my main read of this week. So this is a self-published version of Sword Heart. I got it because it's getting traditionally published and I wanted to have this copy since I'm going to be reading this version instead of the traditional published version. So I got this one. We'll also begin the traditional published version because it's so pretty and obviously I gotta support Tegan Fisher. And then this one now, since it's not a book, I know what it is, but it's so light. I wonder how tiny this is. I expect it to be small, but not so light. But I guess that's a good thing because that's why I wanted it. It's instead of the other one. Oh my. Oh, it's so small. It's so small. A Kindle. I got a Kindle. I'm excited. I got the black version. I was gonna get the green one, but then because I'm gonna be covering it, I thought it was pointless to get one that is green, like any color. Like just get a basic green one. Ooh, it's so pretty. I like it. I like how tiny it is actually. It will make it really easy to read. Yeah, I like this. I got a cover, but now I'm wondering, did I get the right cover? I've been thinking about that from the other day. Oh, this is it. And I gotta learn the setup process because do I know how to do this? No. So yeah, I got my first ever Kindle. I'm excited because I've been becoming a more of an ebook girly this year. So that's why I thought it's time to do it. Before I mainly read physically, but since I've been reading more at night now and also I like listening to the audio as I read the ebook version. It's more easy to follow the ebook than physical reading. So I've been reading ebooks more this year, but also going physical. I will never stop reading physically. I always love a good holding a nice paperback and just smelling the pages. I always love that, but I also like having this nice, easy thing to hold. It feels so nice. Oh my gosh, it's like having a phone. I was worried that it would be too big and it would be like holding a tablet. I don't want an item like that that feels like a tablet because I used to read on my tablet, but it was so big. So I'm happy that it's this small. And I'm going to learn how to set it up. So that's the first thing I got this week that is book related. And I'm excited. So I'm going to get into this one. Learn how to set it up and see what I'll be reading on there this week. Ooh. Okay, the boxes are here, and now it's time for a bookish unboxing. First things first, I did read Sword Heart yesterday. I read up to page 115 and totally enjoying it way more than the first time when I tried it. I think I tried it twice. I tried the first two chapters twice and I was just not feeling it. But I felt like I wasn't in the mood for the story itself. So that's why I didn't put it on a complete never gonna read again list. When I was reading it, I could just feel that I would totally love the characters if I was in the right headspace. And now that I'm enjoying them so much. I've been laughing quite a lot because Taken Fisher, she always has some good humor in her book. She has a great combination of fantasy with some very like out of pocket funny stuff happening to the characters at the same time, and it's just so great. It feels like if I, as a regular modern day girl, was in a fantasy setting and I'm like struggling with the situations, that's how her characters read, and I just like that about them. So yeah, that's my little update on Sword Heart today. And from all the boxes, I got some bookish mail, and I did charge the Kindle yesterday because when I got it, it came on 49%, which I heard the battery life of Kindles are pretty long. So I charge it to the full percent to see how long it will last me. So that's like the next test of the Kindle to see how that goes. But first thing I gotta say is I really like the feel of the Kindle itself. It does feel like paper. I'm not gonna lie, it does actually feel like paper, and I like that about it. It moves fast because this is a newer Kindle, so the page swipes move fast. I don't know from the other Kindles, I never had those, so I don't know if they move slower, but I do like how this one moves. It moves just like how if I was reading on my tablet or on my phone. So enjoying that about it so far. And the first mail I got is a Kindle case, and happy to say that it actually looks like it will fit. I thought it was bigger. I don't know. It's just the images on Amazon. They look magnified, so never really sure if you're getting the right thing. Even when you read the measurements, you're like, are they correct? Because sometimes I read the measurements and I still get it wrong. I got this one. I wanted to cover it complete. I didn't want to get one of those clear cases just to put sticker in the back. I feel like those cases aren't the safest. And since I have a child that likes to mess with devices, I wanted something that would protect my Kindle as much as possible. So that's why I got this, because he already broke the iPad. So not having another one of that happening. So let's put this in. I got this too because it has like the hand thing. Where is it? If I want to just hold it like this. Feels, I like how it feels. I like it. I like it a whole lot. And I think when you close it, it just goes in sleep mode, so I don't have to press the power button. Yeah. First little bookish item I got for today. Let me take this off the box. I think this box does have other things that are non-book related, but I'll just take those aside. So yeah. Yeah, I just have stuff that are also not book related. I got flexi rods, but I'm trying to do more natural hairstyles. I've been lacking this year in doing my natural hair, so ooh, it's actually quite damaged. Oh well. I got a hardcover copy of Once Upon a Broken Heart because I read this last year, the beginning of last year on ebook, and I never got the physical copy of it because I am really bad at getting the physical copy of books I like after I've already read them on ebooks. I'm trying to be better at that this year by starting to buy some of the books I really like that I read via ebook physically, so I could annotate them or just have them on my shelf so that they are with the rest of the books. Because I will just buy one book in a series. If I already read the other books in the series, I'll buy that one physically because I feel like it. So I do have some books on my shelf that are missing, like the rest of their family. So that's why I got this one. This was the one that was missing from that series. So yeah, I got it. It is damaged though. Amazon did not package this well at all. I also got The Ornithologist Field Guide to Love. I really love this one. It's by India Houghton. This was such a funny and humorous fantasy with like historical Disney vibes. So I really liked it a whole lot. It was so beautiful reading it. And I kept thinking about it. I'm like, I want to own a physical copy of it because I really loved it. So that whenever I love a book, I like to own it physically so I can always look at it and be like, oh my gosh, I love you. You know, that's literally a reader thing. We just like to own physical copies of books we adore. And then I got 10,000 Stitches. The funny thing about Half a Soul is I read Half a Soul like 2 years ago. I gave it like 4 point something stars. But I felt like the time I was reading it, I wasn't really paying attention. I was still in college and I wasn't like highly focused or anything. I was just reading it on and off here and there. I think it took me like 2 weeks to read actually. I was just reading bits and pieces and I really enjoyed it at the time, but like I felt like I was missing immersing myself in the story enough to like fully intake everything. And I actually forgot a lot. That's why I reread it this year because I was like, I feel like I could love that more if I actually gave it the time. So I reread it in one sitting this year and I gave it 5 stars. It was so good. I read a little prequel before it and I think like a sequel novella like between. I read those and I actually the reason why I wanted to reread it was because I read 10,000 Stitches last year. I think November last year, yeah, and I adored it. Like it has this kind of Cinderella vibe, but not really. The writing style felt like a Regency fairy tale, and that's why I really loved it. And it was just so funny. So I ate this book up, and I finally decided to just buy the physical copy because I'm always thinking about it. I'm like, this is a book I see myself rereading as well. Like I always, whenever I see Half a Soul, even though I reread it January, I'm like, I want to reread those books, and I want to actually go ahead and read the third book. And I need to get the third book and read that one physically before I do all that rereading and stuff, so I can complete the series because I haven't completed the series yet. Oh, excited for this box. So this box has 2 new releases. They came out on Tuesday this week. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be most likely reading this one, Lost and Lassoed, because I'm anticipating reading it as well. But like this, I'm also heavily gearing towards. But yeah, I plan to read Sword Heart and something else from my anticipated reads that I bought this week. They both look so cute. Maybe I read them both next week or something. I don't know. I'm like, oh my God. I'm excited. Yeah, that's everything bookish related for today. I'm going to do some more reading, get some more Kindle Unlimited titles on my Kindle because I got 3 months free of Kindle Unlimited and that's super exciting. Gonna see what I can read on there. I saw some Christmas books that are coming out on Kindle Unlimited. So I guess in December, I know what I'm going to be doing. Just finished annotating Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lands, and that was a great experience. I got to read some of my favorite quotes all over again, some of my favorite scenes. I got to experience that again because as I'm annotating, of course, I'm reading what I thought I needed to annotate when I first was reading this book, and definitely will be rereading this book because it's actually, even though I gave both of them 5 stars, I kind of love this one more. Not gonna lie, I love this one so much more because we get to see much more of Emily and Wendell together and also the fairylands. And the ending of this one had me so invested because we got to see something like that I really wanted to see. So I cannot wait for book 3 because book 3 we're gonna explore some more fairylands and I cannot wait. I can't wait. So now I'm gonna be continuing my 2 reads. I did start reading Lost and Lassoed last night. I'm still reading Sword Heart and I'm enjoying Sword Heart. It got like this thing that I like where a group of very different people get together and they're on this like journey trying to go to this destination, but they keep getting stopped on the way. So that's what's going on in Sword Heart so far, which I'm really enjoying it, and I'm enjoying other things too. Like I can vividly see Sarkis, one of the main characters in here. He's just like this big giant guy with a sword. Like, because the whole concept of Sword Heart is that Sarkis, he is from the sword, so every time it's drawn, he comes out of it and he protects the main character. And basically he's trying to help her because she inherited a lot of money from her uncle, but the family of her uncles, they want to take all her money, so they're trying to make her marry her cousin so that they can have her wealth. And because, you know, women, they can't really have money, it has to be the guy in that time. So that's what's going on. I'm actually liking it, even though it's not much happening in there. It's kind of like regular, but because I like the characters, I'm enjoying reading it, and it just have that little bit of fantasy elements. It's not too action packed or anything. It's just like a kind of cozy fantasy, I would say. And Lost and Lassoed, I'm on chapter 5. I'm really enjoying this. Teddy is so funny. I love her so much, and it has some great enemies to lovers going on in here. So obviously I'm eating that up. So yeah, I decided to pick up Lost and Lassoed instead of this Teller of Small Fortune because I didn't want to read like two fantasies at the same time, because I know I'm going to love the Teller of Small Fortunes, but I wanted to give it its own time. So that is why I didn't pick it up, because I wanted to read two books at once, but not the same genre. It's better that way for me. So not much reading updates. Haven't finished any books yet because I've just been, you know, taking it in slowly and just doing bookish stuff each day because it's comfortable. I love doing bookish things. I love just being with books, you know? So that's why I wanted to do this video. So the plan today was I would wrap this vlog up after getting my newest bookshelf delivered and unboxing that, but it's been delayed. It's been delayed quite a few days. So I've decided to just wrap this vlog up here since I did finish one book, Sword Heart. I finished Sword Heart and I enjoyed it, but I would say it's my least favorite Tegan Fisher book. I think I love Nettle and Bone the most of all the books I've read from her. Then I would say A Sorceress Comes to Call is one of my next favorites from her, and Twin Hedge. I like Twin Hedge, but it's a novella, so it wasn't as impactful on my reading. So I wouldn't say it's like one of the greatest, but I did like that one a lot. But no, I rank it as Nettle and Bone, The Twisted Ones, then A Sorceress Comes to Call, and then this one, then Twin Hedge. Yeah. I said that's my ranking for Tegan Fisher so far. But Sword Heart, I really liked it for the characters. If I did not love those characters, the band of characters, I think I would not have loved the story at all, because the plot really isn't that interesting. And I felt like the plot was overdrawn. Like, this book didn't need to be as long as it was. Honestly, when there was a certain part where Hala got what she wanted, I was like, okay, so why do we have like 100 pages left, you know? Well, it wasn't 100 pages, it was like a good 80 pages left. And I was like, what else could there be? It's like done now. We don't need any more of these characters. We don't need any more in this book. But it kept going. And that's when I was like, okay, it was like a solid 4-star throughout the book. And then when it kept going, I just lowered it a bit because I'm like, this is a bit overdrawn. It's too long. It doesn't need to be this long. It could have been wrapped up already. It really didn't need to be almost 400 pages. It could have just been a solid 310 pages or so, you know. Didn't need to be that long, but nevertheless I still enjoyed it. I'm happy that I finally read this one because I've been trying to read it on and off since January. I looked at Libby and it said that I picked this book up what was it, 11 times this year since January. So yes, finally read it all the way through this time. And I mainly read it on Kindle because I had the ebook version already and I wanted to test out the Kindle and see how that went. So at night is when I mainly read it, and even in the day. So yeah, I did most of the reading on the Kindle and it's so great. I love it so much. I love holiness, and I especially love holiness while eating because most of the time I'm eating while reading as well. And it's so good during those times, just not having to worry about getting food on the pages, because sometimes that happens. You know, as a reader, you must have had food on your page at one point if you ever ate while you're reading. So yeah, that was a nice experience. I really adore this Kindle. I think it's one of my favorite things that I've bought in years. Like every time I look at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, great purchase, great purchase. I can't wait to have it for years to come. And I did continue reading Lost and Lassoed. I think it was on, I can't remember what chapter. I think it was chapter 10. So I had read the first 5 chapters and I updated a bit. So I just read 5 more chapters basically, and Teddy is so humorous. I love her so much. I cannot wait to see more of Teddy and Gus, because every scene when they're together is just a little bit of banter and some funny, like, they just have some funny interactions that I really like. So I'm really happy reading about them because they're like this nice enemies to lovers, you know, and I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying the Western vibes as well, and I'm liking the family dynamic. I really love how their family are so close knit, and they have like this big house that they all gather at and eat breakfast at and just talk with each other, and they all get in each other's lives and like try to help each other out. So I'm really loving the big family impact here, and I'm also enjoying the little romance that's about to happen in the future. You know, I'm enjoying all of that. So this is my bookish vlog wrapped up. I really had a great time this week, just reading, unboxing book mail, getting a new Kindle, and yes, everything was so fun this week. And I'll see you guys in my next reading vlog, because I will be continuing reading Lost and Lassoed, and basically new releases. I'm rereading this and The Teller of Small Fortunes because I'm excited to read that one as well. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.